Well, we're we've been digging in here on the Skins, and obviously it's a team we don't know very well, even though we played against them last year in preseason. That really is a lot different than the game planning that goes on now. So, really talented team. Redskins have a lot of good offensive skill players at every position: quarterback, running back, tight end, receiver. Um, Pretty experienced offensive line, very experienced coaching staff. Coach Gruden, Coach Callahan, um, you know, Kavanaugh. So those guys are really very experienced on the offensive side of the ball. Do a really good job with the offensive system, and create a lot of problems for the defense. Um, Defensively, the front's very disruptive. We have good players on the edge, good players inside. Um, Guys that are hard to block. They cause a lot of negative plays, ball disruption, tackles for loss, put a lot of pressure on the offensive line, and again, very experienced players in the secondary, very experienced coaching staff with Greg, Rob, Ray, so solid unit in the kicking game, good cover players, good specialists. So they've played three pretty good football teams that played well, and I think they're a good team. Their record is what it is, but I think when you watch them on film, you see a good football team that has a lot of good players that is well coached, that knows what they're doing, and we'll have a lot of things to get ready for here this week. So starting in on the process today, and just grind through it.
And to ask questions, I'll call in. Henry McKenna?
Bill, there was a report out there that you signed Jordan Richards. Can you confirm that, or?
Yeah, I signed.
What made you want to bring him back?
We think he might have a role for us here.
What might that be?
Well, see how it goes. Dealing with a few things here. We'll see how it all plays out. Not sure exactly what it is yet, but he has experience. He's a smart kid, and he's played for us in the kicking game and on defense. So we'll see.
Coach, does it affect your game planning when you don't really know who the starting quarterback for the other team is going to be?
We prepare for all the players that are on the active roster every week. As we all know, it could change after a play or two in the game anyway. No matter who you think it's going to be, it could change. So we have to be ready for everybody. And we're preparing for all three quarterbacks. All three guys are very talented. Two of them have a lot of experience in the system. And Haskins obviously is a young, talented guy that was taken in the first round. So they're all problems. We'll have to be ready for whichever ones play.
Bill, when you have guys that leave the organization to come back, like Pat Chung, Jamie Collins, and now Jordan Richards, do you see them grow as players, or do they come back generally as the same guy and fit into a similar role?
I don't know. Everybody's different. Every situation's different. I don't think there's any just straight book on it. We'll see. Jordan's only been back here for a few hours, so but glad to have him back, and we'll see how it goes.
Mike Reese?
Preparing for all the quarterbacks. Some teams, when you go from one to the other, there's a significant change in the way the team might play offensively. Is this similar to that, or is it pretty much what you've seen, the same thing from all three guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, McCoy's run the offense. He's been there for 6 years, so I think we kind of know what that is. Keenum's running the offense this year, so I think we've seen a lot of him. Haskins, played in preseason, played a little bit. I don't know, came in the second quarter, played second half last week. So would they do something different with him if he was the quarterback? I don't know.
Just to follow up on Haskins, what do you see from I know it's a smaller sample size, I guess, regular season?
Big, strong kid. Athletic guy, strong arm, can make a lot of throws. Just doesn't have as much experience in the offense as Keenum does this year, or as McCoy has in the years that he's been there, going back and watching film from him in 18. And prior years. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure what, if that's Jay, what he's going to do with him. I don't know.
And is his Ohio State tape at all relevant in preparations this week for you guys, just studying him, or is that sort of?
The offenses are completely different. I mean, Jay runs a West Coast offense, and Coach Meyer ran Coach Meyer's offense, which I would say there's not too much similarity between them.
Tom Kern?
Bill, I know you worked out some kickers. What led you to make that decision to bring some guys in to work out?
Yeah, I don't think we worked anybody out yet, Tom.
Okay. It was just what there were going to be some guys who, so I apologize.
Yeah.
Media, interesting.
But are you saying you're not working out kickers today?
The question was how we've worked them out, and I said I don't think we've worked any out. No.
Why bring them in for later today?
Yeah, well, look, I'm not confirming anything, denying anything. Just we haven't worked any kickers out, so that's the answer to that question.
Henry McKinnon?
Do you feel the need to give Stephen Gostkowski competition? Do you feel confident in his performance?
Yeah, that's. I don't really think any of that's related to competition. No.
In the back?
Bill, do you have any concern over how the last couple weeks have gone with the field goal kicking team?
Yeah, I think as a team, there's a lot of things that we can do better. So we'll work in every area to improve. I think we can improve in all three phases of the game, and within those phases, there's a lot of things we can work on there as well. So we'll work on we need to work on everything. It's barely October. We got a long way to go.
Henry?
Michael Bennett, you said it was one of the calls in the last 2 days was sort of a sub rusher. How do you think he's done in that role, and does he also kind of have the versatility? I know he's played a bunch of positions previously to maybe do more than just sub rushing.
Yeah, he's playing on all downs for us. He's playing on first, second, and third down. Depending on how it goes, some weeks he could be more on early downs and third down, or vice versa, or it could be on all downs in a rotation. I mean, we play all those defensive linemen. We've usually had 5 active, and I think all 5 guys have played. So it just depends on what we're in and what the situation is, and so forth. But they've all played. I would expect them all to play if we take them to the game.
Mike Reese?
How much is pressure a part of what the Washington defense does?
A lot, yeah. Their base defense is almost all pressure, and then there's a decent amount of it in their sub package, although they probably feel like they don't need to bring as much in there. Nickel defenses, they get so much pressure from the front 4, but they blitz most of the time in their base defense. Usually bring 4 or 5 rushers. And they're good. They're all good. They're good inside. They're good outside. They're explosive, powerful. They do a good job on the edge. They're hard to block inside. It's a good front. They got a lot of good players up there.
Based off of Ben Watson's experience with here in the league in general, do you already have a good idea of what type of player you'll be getting and what he'll be doing when he comes back, or because you haven't seen him in 4 weeks, is it more of a wait and see type thing with him?
Yeah, we'll have to work him back in there and see how it goes. Yeah, I don't know.
Any other questions? Your last one, everyone's all right?
How do you see the Redskins scheme with deep shots in the offensive side of the ball?
They have some vertical plays that they're good at, things like double seams and play action vertical routes, but they do a real good job of double moving their regular routes, so out and goes, slant and goes, tight end, hook and goes, things like that. So they get a lot of shot plays out of regular routes that they convert into double moves. If you're over aggressive on that, they probably run more double moves than any team we've played in a while. Every team has them, but I mean these guys run quite a few of them. So it really keeps the secondary honest. And then Jay does a nice job of creating vertical plays through play action, and some, some of his kind of core plays that come off of that look like it's the start of the West Coast passing, but then it turns into more of a vertical game. So they do both. Obviously, McLaren gives them a lot of good speed out there, and he can stretch a defense. He's caught a couple. They've caught a couple teams, without post help, and he's made them pay. He had a 60-yarder against Philadelphia, whatever it was, something like that. But he's really fast, and he can stretch the defense. He's probably their number one deep threat. Yep.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.